video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl, Survivor Speaks. I'm here with a new stream. So I know I had to switch time. Today was a very eventful day for me. And I was going to just switch the time until tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow. So I am here as promised in the wrong I don't understand why the thumbnail didn't switch over to the right place, because I did update it earlier. So now what's up to the people in the chat? We're live here on YouTube and over on Twitter. If you're watching from Twitter, hello. I will check in with you later. I can just see you from my other screen. So here we are back with day 3 of the William Hamilton trial. That's what I'm calling it, because I don't believe it should be called the Teresa Black trial, even though she's the one on trial. So before we get started there, I just want to make sure that you guys are hearing me correctly. So if you are hearing, please give me a thumbs up, and make sure you thumbs up the video in 2 ways. All right, I gladly appreciate it. I said appreciate. So William's mother, Teresa Black, abruptly left her home in North Carolina and moved to Georgia with 6-year-old William. He was never seen by anyone ever again. So Teresa thought that it was wise. What's up, Left? What's up, girl? Thank you for being here. Always can count on you. Wait a minute, I'm not seeing your hearts. Let me see. Listen, I done did some work on my why are we okay? Why are we might have to just make it goes away. Let me go back. I need to fix that. I have it set to remove the comment after. That's kind of big, so it doesn't matter because it goes away after some seconds. I just want to make sure the full thing is shown, and you gave me the thumbs up. You can hear me. Thank you so much, Laugh, for always being here. And I did not forget, I am going to be working on that emojis. I want to do it a little differently than, well, for right now we know that you are the dancing lady, but I want to make my own special one. All right, so he was never seen by anyone else again, and Teresa thought that it was wise to lie to everyone who inquired about his whereabouts. So Teresa made up lie after lie after lie after lie, and her neighbor and best friend from North Carolina, where she moved from, her name is Ava, and she never stopped looking for William. In 2019, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released images of how William might have looked as he matured. And these images would break this case wide open. Ava saw the images and called immediately. She said that she knew it was William. This led to his unaliver being discovered, who turned out to be his own goddamn mama. So yeah, so that is his sperm donor, Teresa Black, and I'm trying to remember if they show it in this next on day 3. I I've been just running, on fumes, basically trying to be everywhere. And so the prosecutor keeps putting this emphasis on these boots. And I'm not, sir, I don't care what type of boots they are. The condition that they are in is not, it's not like, she bought him new clothes. As a matter of fact, I probably can say this confidently, that those are some things that Ava bought her. So I'm not going to pull it up today, but I am. Maybe I'm going to make a video. I'll share it on a video of Ava being interviewed by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And so we did watch her on the stand. She was the first witness. She showed, how strongly she felt about William. And she didn't have any children at the time, but she really, really goes into depth and tells about everything she did during the years that William was missing. And when I tell you, I have nothing but admiration for Miss Ava, is what I call her, Miss Ava. Nothing but admiration, especially after seeing that video. Especially after somebody being gone so long. But she was yearning for William because he was like her child. I mean, the video is heart-wrenching. So maybe I'll just make it as a video. And I'll just probably post it. Do a little commentary on it. I am coming up with a schedule. I have an assistant, my daughter. She's an assistant when she want to be. But she's great with planning things, though. She actually used to be, started being my assistant, when I was still, modeling or whatever. And actually she was my assistant and creative director for my personal breast cancer campaign. She's a rough one. I think that this is her line of work. But yeah, so, she got me a calendar over here and book, notebook and stuff. Listen, can you cut me a break, little girl? Anyway, that's my daughter and I love her. So let's see if we have they doing good with the likes. Well, we got 4 people here, 5 watching. Hopefully, some more people drift in, but we're gonna go into day 3 because I really, really don't want to keep continuing to take too long, between days, for the trials, for other things come up. I have, other channels like to support, and, I try to take it into consideration. There are times when they're on, or sometimes I'm just checked out. So, yeah, and that's what it is. Laugh is in the, shout out to Laugh in the chat, holding it down right now. That's for my Laugh, y'all. She's always here. She does not play. And, just keep it cute, or else it's going to be some fireworks going on in the city. We don't want that. We don't want that. Shout out to you, Laugh. Thank you. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring on the video.
That you're employed?
I was formerly employed with the state of California as a law enforcement officer, supervisor.
Mm-hmm. And what did you do there?
I investigated healthcare type of cases. We were in the health quality section, so it ranged from overdose investigations, quality of care investigations, and then I was also part of working with the tactical diversion squad of the Drug Enforcement Administration, where we would respond to overdose deaths and conduct investigations, and also basically reviewed, supervised, investigated multiple cases relating to those types of investigations.
And when you say those types of investigations, are you referring to overdoses?
Yes.
And approximately how many overdose investigations have you participated in or consulted on in the law enforcement context?
I would say over 1,000. I really didn't keep track of every single case. I do remember almost every single case because of the unique facts of each one.
And in addition to investigating overdose cases, do you have an educational background that informs your analysis?
Yes. In 1990, I graduated from the University of Southern California with a Doctor of Pharmacy degree. And from there, I worked in a clinical setting in level 1 trauma centers in the Los Angeles area. I worked in acute care medicine, emergency room, burn intensive care, and psychopharmacology. I ended up becoming a clinical instructor with the University of Southern California, healthcare campus, with residents and interns rotating through different rotations in psychopharmacology, in acute care medicine, emergency medicine, burn intensive care, and cardiac care.
Do you teach or have you taught these principles?
All right, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean for hold on. Let me stop him right there in the mid-top. So I didn't mean for him to just come on and just go on, take on over the show. I was trying to give him an introduction, but he started, so nonetheless, it's okay. So this is the first person on the stand is Laugh. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me? Just give me a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. So the person on the stand is he is an expert in like drugs like Benadryl and things like that. So he is on the stand and the state is asking him some questions because supposedly little William was given Benadryl before he was left in the woods by his mother. Thank you, Live. So he was given drugs while he was left in the woods by his mother. You will see that once they start crossing him, and, you know, her defense team is doing all that they can freaking do. Hi, Emily Stokes. Thank you so much for coming and watching. Now look at that. That's huge. That is a huge. Y'all can't see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. So he is definitely, you know, going to speak to like the state of someone that's given Benadryl, and this is why they didn't give his mother that much time. And you are right, Laugh. This case is extremely sad, but this is why they didn't give his mother that much time. But what, like, we don't care about that. I don't think that they should have taken any time off because there's a possibility that she may have or may not have known not to give this young baby medication the way she did. She did about the dosing, and there's a bunch of craziness, you know, that I just it still doesn't make sense to me. She went 25 years, moved on with her life, had another child, got married. She was working, living in another state. She did not care about William. And you can tell in the way she treated him, in the way that, like, most people, you know, talked about his hygiene and the things that he got from most of the people that were in the community. There were numerous adults that wanted William. They asked her. His father's family wanted William. So I just don't think that she should get a pass sitting there like she's bothered, for one, and for two, like she don't have time. Like, you know, Harry, a lot, she has this arrogance about her on her face, and I don't like it. I don't think she should have got, maybe it was a mistake because she gave him the, no, there's several things that's not making sense in this case. And we can't make sense of it, but she was found guilty by a jury of her peers. And you know what? I'm going to have to remember, did the judge make the determination to give her that much time? The judge had to make the determination. I'm trying to figure out how I said, you know what? I watched the case a couple times, a while back. I gotta really, so I'm right along with you. I don't remember that part about the sentencing. I just know that she didn't get that much time. I think she got 12 years or something like that. And with the time, it was just crazy. Another thing that a question that I have when I was, setting up the video for today. Why she got braids in her hair with extensions? They don't sell that stuff in jail. They've been took that stuff out of jail. They can use that type of hair to, unalive themselves. They can take that out and they can use it. But, maybe not. I did read about somebody else over here on, that was incarcerated somewhere else. And I know at the jail that I worked at, at one point, it was a very short time after I started, they weren't allowing it. And then we had a meeting nope. And another reason why it was nope, because Survivor Speaks, had to get with the Internal Affairs Department and stuff like that and said that every inmate that comes in here needs to be quelled. Yes, quelled. We need the lice lotion. They need to be showered just to make sure, that they don't have it, just so that we don't have to take a chance with infecting a whole population and myself, because once you have that type of situation running rampant, who's doing that? So no, I had to we need to talk about this right now. I do a lot of booking in, and one girl came in, I just was nah, this is something that I think that we need to really, really take a look at. And if you guys don't want to do something, then I can just go to, my PBA rep. They can get together with the FOP. They're another law enforcement organization, and then we can make it happen through there. But we don't have to make it because it's safe for all of us, even you guys, up here, because you guys come around. So, it's for the safety of everybody. The other inmates, for us, for our families, for everybody. So, so I had got that put into place where I worked at, and then it was a thing. But this lady, maybe they allow it. I just know that it's kind of dangerous to allow the inmates to keep, hammer stuff in their hair. And like I said, it's for the safety of everybody all the way around. All right, so we're going to get back into the video now that I know what happened. We're going to get back into the video. And let me see, Emily, I said hello to you. Hello. We got some people watching over on Twitter. I'm not over there, so I'm not sure. But it would be nice if you guys come on over here to the YouTube just to like the video. But here we go.
Yes, I teach on a regular basis. Not only when I was teaching in the university setting, I also teach for the Department of Defense, both military and law enforcement investigative services. So I've taught NCIS, CID, OSI, Marine investigative services, all different types of topics, but I also do a week-long overdose investigation class. I've also taught for and certified coroners, sheriff coroners and coroners in overdose investigations through the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotic Enforcement.
So you have taught law enforcement and coroner's offices how to investigate overdoses?
That is correct.
Are you published?
Yes, I've published a number of articles, mainly in drug bulletins, but I've been part of other different publications relating to medical journals. I'm assisted in different investigational studies with different investigational drugs.
And are you published in the area of investigations regarding overdoses?
Yes.
Tell the court what pharmacology is.
Pharmacology is basically the study of drugs in the body, how they affect the body, and there's many facets of that. Those particular concepts, basically going from when the drug is administered all the way to when it is eliminated, and what happens during that time.
Tell the court what pharmacokinetics are.
Pharmacokinetics are the actions of a drug once they are absorbed. Basically, it starts from absorption, distribution, metabolism, and then elimination. And that's what we would use in the hospital settings to evaluate the clinical pictures with regards to patients. Patients would come on multiple drugs. We wouldn't know why they were, may have been toxic already, or maybe they were showing signs of adverse reactions or drug-drug interactions, drug-lab interactions. So we would take a look at that, look at the drugs, where they are, how much they're getting, decide on different levels that need to be adjusted. And of course we would be teaching the residents and interns how to do this as well, so that when they went out and actually were in their own field, they would be able to do the same things. Perhaps some more.
Please.
You can go ahead now.
In an overdose investigation, do you typically rely on toxicological screenings?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
In an overdose investigation, do you typically rely on toxicological screenings?
No, not alone. There's a whole facet of different things that we look at, excuse me, in an overdose investigation. I like to start with the coroner's notes, investigation notes, witness statements. There's certain things that are said. If there was a search warrant that was done, we look at what was found during that search warrant, different areas, anything that could be possibly related to toxicity or drugs, or and I did a lot of expert testimony with regard to drug-facilitated sexual assaults. So I would take a look at if they did do search warrants, things like alcohol bottles, things that may have been tainted, things we may want to test at that point. Then we go into the autopsy, and then the toxicology, but then we use, we may take witness statements and we may go out and interview those people again, because there's so many times when, they say certain things and we want to not necessarily corroborate it, even though we're doing an independent investigation. We want to be able to ask a little bit more, it comes to mind many cases where, say, the wife found the husband overdosed in the bathroom, and there were certain things that she said that we wanted to clarify. So that's a typical type of reasoning behind going out and doing that. But it's not just one facet of a particular overdose investigation. It's multifaceted, and there's not one that's exactly the same. I mean, every single one has its nuance and uniqueness. And we look for that uniqueness because it might be something that tells us a little bit more about what happened.
Is it fair to say that toxicological results would be one part of the picture in an overdose investigation? Absolutely.
Sometimes a small part, sometimes a big part. It just depends. And also, I can think of cases that just pop in my head in relation to, I remember we had an overdose of heroin and we ended up doing pharmacy audits on that particular patient and getting the PDMP, the Prescription Drug Monitoring Program reports, we found out that the person was getting large amounts of lorazepam, which had been a Valium-like drug. And we knew that benzodiazepine screens does not show lorazepam. So
I don't know what.
The coroner's office asked if we still had samples of tissue, blood, and had them tested, and that's where we found a large amount of lorazepam in those samples. So again, there's times when certain things may be not necessarily missed, but not seen, and it's based on just doing these investigations over and over again, and knowing the drugs, where they're going to.
FFS. Sorry about that, FFS. I don't know what happened. I updated the time. I updated the time. And so I thought it normally updates and just takes the thumbnail and moves it. But for some strange reason today, it didn't do that. What's up, Tech Clouds in the house? Thank you so much for being here. I'm hoping that everybody, you probably, was you over there on the other side too, Tech Clouds? Let me see. I'll put this up here. Were you over on the other side there? I'm so sorry. I changed the time because I knew that I was running late. And I thought it updated. And when I looked at it, I'm like, why they just... I don't understand why. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with this new system. But I'll take that over, getting everything else that's working. So... welcome, guys. I'm so glad that you are in the house. Thank you so much for coming. And don't forget to smash the like button. I know you guys will. And I'm sorry about that. I'm about to update this new... I had everything in there already. So I'm not sure what happened. But it did. But anyway, so this stream is... powered by Ecamm. As you all know, this is a new streaming platform that I'm using. And yes, FFS, I'm going to say it is for the DAG. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to press up, but did y'all hear that? I think my sound effects are working. No, and that's why I changed the time, FFS, because I did not want... to be late and just to leave things. Yeah, I was doing something, got caught up, and it was, so that I changed it. And so I'm like, okay, I changed the time, but it didn't update. I don't understand why I keep getting that message, but thank you anyway. And Sapphire, you're in the house. Thank you for coming and being over there. I'm sorry you were on the other thing, but it was definitely not something that I was meaning to do. All right, Sapphire Ridge. I hope you saw the video of me. The video I did in my Sapphire Ridge hat. Maybe I'll do it again one day. But thank you guys for coming, and round of applause to you all. For y'all the other day, but y'all couldn't hear it because the soundboard was it wasn't, my soundboard wasn't working. I think I kind of figured it out. No, you wasn't, FFS. Stop. You was not over there. Like, this thing is getting on my nerves. Like, why do I need to see the whole comment? But it's big. It only stays there. This stays there for a minute though. But y'all were not over there like to. It's not y'all fault. So let's get back into the case of Lil William. His mother, it was the unalive Sapphire Ridge. I don't know if you were ever in any of these lives for this. We are on day 3 of this case about Lil William Hamilton. His mother abruptly moved with him from North Carolina to Georgia. it was just weird. And then nobody ever saw Lil William again. Her neighbor and her ex best friend and neighbor from North Carolina never gave up looking for William. And so they did the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released images of how William may look since he would have matured. And Ava saw those images and called them, and right away she gave them the information that they needed, who his father was, because she was lying to everybody. Now she was saying that the little boy was living with his father's grandparents. His father's grandparents were deceased since he was like, I think 9. He's gonna testify. But yeah, so we're picking up on day 3 of the story, and on the stand is the expert. He is testifying about effects of Benadryl and things like that. I don't care. She still gave it to him. So if that's what caused him to be unalive, I think she should have got way more time. She lived a life for 25 years. And if Ava wasn't still looking for him, and if the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children weren't still looking like they were mind boggled, like what is going on, like with this case, like nobody knew nothing. He was just a what did they give him his name? Was it Cecil Doe? I'm probably jacking it. It's either Cecil or Cedric Doe. That's what they had him listed at. And so now he has a name. His name is William DaShawn Hamilton. And so, yeah, I think she should have got more time than what she received. But who are we? Who are we? That's probably what they'll tell us. Who are you? So let's go.
Be eliminated. What testing is being done? What tests show more accurate levels of a particular drug? And so it's, there's uniqueness to each particular investigation.
So in order to come to a conclusion about whether an overdose occurred, is it important to take into consideration descriptions of the victim's behavior?
Yes, everything has to be in totality. You have to look at everything that's out there. You can look at, say, levels or toxicology and say, okay, but that's just this. I start from the very beginning and go through statements, go through everything. That's the only way to really render, a objective opinion. And try to.
Oh.
It's almost like I'm trying to. We really want to find out what happened.
And have you personally investigated or consulted on cases involving overdoses of the drugs acetaminophen, diphenhydramine?
Not only have I investigated them, diphenhydramine is actually used as a drug that causes an additive or potentiation of other drugs. So we'll see, unfortunately, kids actually steal it out of the pharmacies, and they'll take it. It's like a depressant and a narcotic, depressant and a stimulant, depressant and a depressant, and basically what they're trying to do is 1 + 1 is greater than 2. Get a better effect, an enhanced effect. So there's so many different things that unfortunately people do on the street to enhance the euphoria from a particular drug. And one of the drugs that's used is Benadryl because it's over the counter, easy to get, and usually they don't even buy it, they steal it. And I've even been in pharmacies where they take the empty packaging and put it where the greeting cards are, because in the back of the pharmacy there's no cameras back there.
But hold on, in the interest of time, she was asking you if you've investigated or consulted on cases involving overdose of acetaminophen and diphenhydramine.
Right.
The answer is yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, if she needs more information, she'll certainly ask you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But we
Yes,
just
yes,
need
Your
to
Honor.
move through this.
Sure.
And have you personally investigated cases involving those drugs with children?
Yes. And also worked in healthcare in the emergency rooms when we had acetaminophen toxicities and also diphenhydramine toxicities, not only in children but in adults as well.
And were you able to evaluate both in live patients and those patients that were dead on arrival the effects of toxic levels of diphenhydramine and acetaminophen?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the state tenders Dr. Mark Gonzalez as an expert in clinical pharmacy as well as law enforcement overdose investigation.
Response?
I have no objection to those areas.
Okay, all right, he will be able to testify as an expert in those areas.
Dr. Gonzalez, you indicated that you have personally evaluated overdose cases involving Benadryl and diphenhydramine. In addition to toxicological screenings that would prove those substances are in a patient's system, what other factors might you look at to determine if a patient has been exposed to a toxic level?
Well, we look at, once again, the totality of all the statements made, what was found, the behaviors of the potential victim, and just again, I don't want to belabor it, but all the different factors that you review in an investigation, and then you also look for things that may not be there that you still have questions about.
In the case at issue here, were you asked by the state to review a toxicology report as well as criminal investigation into the death of William Hamilton?
Yes, I looked at everything that was provided to me.
And in the toxicology report, what was, if anything, of interest to you?
Well, the levels of the drugs that were in the muscle and the metabolite that was found in the muscle. And again, I looked at the case, but then I always have to go back and start going through all the different facts, all the different things that are provided, whether they're witness statements, whether they're other information, you have to review every single thing there just to see if there's something else there, whether it be exculpatory, whether it be, information that will help you in rendering an opinion.
Now, in the report that you were provided, the presence of the drugs were detected in skeletal muscle. Is that typically what is used to make a determination about whether a toxic level has, whether a person has been exposed to a toxic level in an overdose investigation?
Yes, because there's a certain amount of drug in the body, and what happens is, we've been using, you have to use whatever you can in an investigation. So if muscle's there, you get those levels, but what it tells you is that there's, and we look at the optimum thing would be to get peripheral blood, preferably in the femoral artery. However, and because cardiac levels will concentrate and they'll be much higher. But other than there, you don't get higher concentrations in other tissues. They're always lower concentrations than what's in the blood, or equal to. Something like the liver will have a tremendous amount, will have the same amount, or if not, maybe a little bit more concentrated, drug in there. It's just, the different drugs distribute to all these different areas. And so in the muscle, that's where, we saw these levels. And, that said to me, those were way above therapeutic. So you have to have that that much, at least, in the blood while the person's alive to get into that muscle and distribute. It's like the very simple biology experiment where you have sugar on one side and water on the other side, and you have a partition gradient in between. And eventually the sugar migrates over to the area of the water, and that eventually builds up concentration of sugar. But at no point is it going to be greater than this side, because it can only be this much sugar on this side. So it's a very, very simplified manner of explaining distribution. And yes, there can be variables with regards to the muscle itself, but the bottom line is there's drug there. It's at a toxic level, so the drug in the blood had to be at least equal to that level.
In looking and kind of jumped ahead of me a little bit, but what I'm getting at is in an overdose investigation, what is going to be the best evidence of what the drug level was? What is the preferred?
Oh, no doubt peripheral.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I was over here trying to fix my y'all know y'all saw what happened. It's a whole hot mess over here trying to fix that. So that people could see the thumbnail. And so I just need to say hello to, I see some new people in the chat. Sustained overrule. What's going on? What is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Sustain. Talking about your... You gotta love Sustained overrule. Where is the year? Yeah. I made it bigger. Where is the year for Sustain? There you go, Sustain overrule. We got a little noise effects going on. I hope you like it. Brooklyn, what's up? Brooklyn's in the house. Hey. Brooklyn said, hey, what is that sound? SO, survivor only. What is SO? Oh, you said, I got it. Sometimes I'm a little slow, but I got it. Sustained overrule. She said, what's up, Brooklyn? And also we got in the house, let me see who else is in here. So that's why I just wanted to stop and make sure that I said hi to everyone's. Tat Clouds, let's shout Tat Clouds out again, y'all. Tat Clouds is in the building. Make sure you say hi to her and laugh always. Come on, laugh. You you already know always over here holding me down. Thank you. And we got Mr. FFS in the house. Y'all know, don't make me get FFS to FFS you on up. Cause you know that we don't play about that. I'm trying to wait. We got Sapphire Ridge in the house. He missed my whole Sapphire Ridge segment the other day. But I said I was going to do it, and I brought her out to an AOBD. Thought I was going to be getting ready to go and be a cowgirl. This is for Sapphire Ridge News. Y'all go over there and check out Sapphire Ridge News. Sub up to him. Sub up to Sustain Overruled. She be going over cases over there. She has no filter. And you're going to love it over there. Why not? Go sub up to her. I don't think we have anybody else that's in here. I know they'll be dropping in soon. So let me and get on with the show.
Femoral artery, it's a large artery, and that's going to give you the most accurate level at depth.
Talking about blood?
Peripheral blood.
Peripheral blood.
Okay.
And could you explain to the court what peripheral blood is?
Peripheral blood is blood in the periphery, the arms, the legs, but again, in the leg you have a femoral artery that is a large vessel. We don't look at, even though they test for it, areas of the cardiac area, they may test for it, but you'll see some astronomical levels because the blood and the drug concentrates there in the central part of the body and the blood.
And is it always available to you in overdose investigations to use peripheral blood? No. Have you routinely had to perform overdose investigations without the benefit of peripheral blood?
Yes.
Have you used other tissues such as skeletal muscle?
Skeletal muscle, the liver, certain organs that may have still been somewhat viable, the kidneys. But then again, you have to look at the drug itself. Because if, let's say you're looking at a particular antibiotic, that may concentrate in the kidneys because it's used for urinary tract infections and kidney infections. So once again, knowing the kinetics of the drug will tell you that, okay, that's a large level that's going to be in the kidneys or the urine, and that's because the drug concentrates there. But in other cases, you look at each particular drug. Is that drug going to concentrate in this particular tissue? Because it's going to throw you off if that happens.
So are you saying that every drug distributes differently?
It's unique.
And are you familiar specifically with how diphenhydramine and acetaminophen distribute within the body?
Specifically acetaminophen, but with regards to diphenhydramine, once again, it's that gradient. You have to have this much in the blood for this much to be in a tissue.
And is it common practice in these types of investigations to utilize whatever tissue is available to perform your analysis?
You utilize whatever you can.
Now, with the skeletal muscle, are you able to determine exactly what would have been in the blood?
No.
What are you able to do?
You can determine that with regard to skeletal muscle and these particular drugs, that at least it was 1-to-1. Because once again, you can't have more drug in the skeletal muscle with these particular drugs. There was one study that I found where there was a 70% distribution to muscle, and that was with acetaminophen. And again, that's an approximation of the blood. I'm not saying that it's exact approximately. It's just one factor I was able to find. And we've been using muscle and to corroborate drug in the body in many overdose investigations. And even recently, in 2021, Hansen et al. In a forensic journal, reported and validated
why is this up
in relation to muscle levels, and that it can be used to facilitate what was in the blood in relation to particular drugs.
So is this calculation that approximates the blood level useful in your investigation of whether an overdose has occurred?
Yes.
Or whether there has been a toxic exposure of
Yes.
a certain type of medicine?
I'm sorry, yes.
Now, in this particular case, do these findings allow you to determine exactly when those drugs would have been administered?
No.
Can you narrow it down at all?
No. But I can, based on the metabolite, when a person is alive, the drug goes through, in this particular case, both drugs would go through the liver. And if a metabolite is present, say in the muscle, that would tell me that the drug was given more than once. It wasn't, when we see acute overdose deaths, in other words, someone takes a bottle and they take the whole bottle of pills, they can succumb to the drug.
They can hit the up.
Any type or significant
They can hit it
formed by the liver.
Or they can even hit the down button.
Point.
They have to be alive for what? For the metabolite to form?
Yes, because the liver has to be functioning and blood has to be going through the liver, and the enzyme systems that are in the liver are metabolizing, conjugating, say, the drugs and making them either active or inactive metabolites, and then from there they can be more water soluble, either go out through the urine or other areas.
And in this case, what was the level of the parent drug to the metabolite?
Hold on.
Well, I know that when we saw the metabolite, the parent drug was there, and that was a toxic level. That was way over the 20 nanograms. That would be a therapeutic level, say in the blood.
Ooh,
and the metabolite told me that the drug was not given all at once. It wasn't something that maybe someone would have just taken a whole bottle of Benadryl at one time, or a number of tablets of Benadryl at one time. So it was over more than once, let's put it that way, just to be very clear.
How do you know what the therapeutic level was in this particular case based on the skeletal muscle? How do you get to that opinion?
Well, the therapeutic levels are reported in literature and also pharmacology journals, and just from
what are they based on?
Doing my background and experience, also just doing investigations where you see Benadryl in the system.
Okay, so
20 nanograms per mil would be a blood level that would be therapeutic. Now, granted, it can be greater or less.
For a
Benadryl,
child, for an adult, does it depend on weight? Does it depend on?
That would be adult.
An adult?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay.
And so would it be even less for a child?
Potentially, yes, because their livers are not as developed, and we have a smaller package, basically.
So mark for identification purposes, States Exhibit 75. Was this the report that you were asked to look at in evaluating this case for the state?
Yes.
And what was, what was the level of acetaminophen in the blood? I'm sorry, in the skeletal muscle.
Skeletal muscle was 93 micrograms per gram.
And what was the level of diphenhydramine in the muscle?
Approximately 2,000 nanograms per gram.
And what is the calculation that you're using to approximate what the level would be in the blood?
With regards to acetaminophen, I found a 0.7 factor in one of my cited references, and so that would mean that the muscle, again, approximation. My opinion is, it has to be approximation, so if you calculate 70% in the muscle versus the blood, it would approximate 133 micrograms per gram.
Who is that?
And in blood, it's a gram is actually to a milliliter.
Where do you get the 0.7 factor from?
It was in one of my cited studies. In my
in your
opinion.
report?
Yes,
My soundboard.
And the diphenhydramine, what would be the calculation for diphenhydramine?
I did not find a coefficient or factor that would, so basically looking at if there was that much in the blood, just even 1-to-1, and let's say it partitioned 100%, which would probably not be likely. So the blood would probably have been higher, but just 1-to-1, you're looking at the greater than 2,000.
And again, what would be a therapeutic level of
20.
diphenhydramine in the blood?
Approximately 20 nanograms per mil, which would be 20 nanograms per gram.
So if we were to be conservative and say even 1-to-1, the diphenhydramine is still 100 times greater than the therapeutic level. Is that correct?
Potentially, yes.
In an adult?
Yes.
Are you able to determine whether this child was given one large dose of medicine or multiple doses?
It likely, due to the metabolite being present, it was likely more than one. I can't say that it was given.
Y'all know I had to stop at my girl Becky Ironheart is in the house. Welcome, Becky, and thank you for joining over here. That screen was my from my soundboard. That was for FFS Stalker. I was trying to show FFS what he needs to do if the stalker comes around. Just need you to just give us. I'm sorry that scares your dog, Sapphire Ridge. I'm so sorry. Any odd noises that you hear beyond what they're doing, that's my soundboard. So saying out loud, I have the Stream Deck, but I got you. I meant to send you a email. I'm gonna send you an email. Sustained overrule. Hopefully, I'll remember to send you. Send you a email so you can take a look and check out if it's something that you want to use or whatever. But I use a Stream Deck, but you can get it online, the soundboard. So I don't know if there's any limitations, but I don't know if you even want sounds like so. It's not. It's just that I'm excited because they weren't working before. And so I figured it out. And so, yeah, your girl's a little excited. But that was for FFS. FFS, who your stalker? Before I turn this thing back on, please let us know. I don't know. Now, here y'all go speaking in close. I don't know who that person is with the laugh. Gonna say who? Who is that? I'm lost. I know it ain't me, but who is that? I'm lost. Anywho, y'all having fun down there in the comments, and I love it. Thank you so much for interaction with each other. Let's get right back into this. What you say? Let me see FFS says before I turn this back on. But you don't recall. That's just keep. That's all you got to do. If you don't recall, I'm not love. I'm going to move it right along. I'm not going to sit here and ask you over and over again like you don't recall. Oh, okay. Next question. That's it. But I know what to do. But I'm trying to be. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Now FFS, is that the oh, you spelled that wrong. Oh, you're a. Ooh. Brooklyn said hand pink waving. Brooklyn, it's not you. Is it you, Brooklyn? It's like, no, I'm only joking. Okay, and you know what, FFS, that's why you're my boy. Thank you for, being respectful, of somebody else's chat. Long as it's not something that's going to get us taken down. We all right with it and all fine, but I would like for us to get along down here in the chat. I'm not sure if the person I don't know who it is. I just was basically asking and trying to tell you what to do, in case you need just. I'm not gonna hit the screen button because I don't want to upset Sapphire Ridge's dog, but just let me know. If you need anything, just let me know. Cause you know what, I'll come running. Oh shit! I'll be right there. Okay. All right now, stalker, if you're here and you know who you are, I'm at FFS. Send me an email. I promise I'm not going. I just want to know. I'm like Sustained. I'm just going to tell you. I'm all in your business and nosy. Oh my goodness. So Becky Einhorn is in the comments greeting everyone, and I love it, and everyone's greeting Becky. And so let's get back to this video.
A constant basis, but it was more than once.
And why is that?
Because of the metabolite.
Oh.
Because again, you have to have
Okay.
a functioning person with a functioning liver. And even though a child's liver is not as developed, it would still go through metabolism.
What are the symptoms or side effects of being exposed to too much acetaminophen?
Acetaminophen is toxic to the liver. It can cause necrosis of the liver, and in high dosages, and even some researchers, and this from background and experience, have even mentioned the fact that even taking small doses once in a while can actually cause some liver necrosis, which is basically death of the hepatocell, the cells in the liver.
I don't know. I gotta look
If
on
left
YouTube to see what that
untreated,
means.
Can this exposure result in death?
Yes, and there is an antidote, but yes, it can result in death.
What about diphenhydramine? What are some of the side effects of being exposed to too much diphenhydramine?
Well, you see some behavioral issues, it's a significant central nervous system depressant. So in evaluating and in interviewing parents in overdose investigations, one of the main things that every single one of them would say was that the person came home. Unfortunately, the child was using drugs. The drugs were in the system still. They went to sleep. When you lay down, 50% of your respirations are less, and that's why people die from sleep apnea. And meanwhile, these drugs are still going through the system, going through the liver. The drug levels are still going up. And the one thing that they did tell me is they would hear this. It was almost like a snore, like a very strange sound, about once a minute. And unfortunately, that was them suffocating because of the central nervous system depression that was causing them to have lower respirations.
Is that what's known as agonal breathing?
So Becky, so what we know is that his mama unalived him. But what I think they're trying to say is that, and what she's trying to say is that he had some type of cold or whatever, and she gave him some, it's Benadryl and something else. So they're talking about acetaminophen and something else. And he, I guess he overdosed is what the, OD'd is what they're trying to allude to, or whatever, the defense. Either way, she unalived him, lived her life for 25 freaking years. And, I was going to ask FFS, do you need to take my comment down? Cause I put the imp. Can we say imp on here with the P on the front? Oh, thank you, Becky Einhorn, for saying from pump to pulpit. Okay. So yeah, but she gave him something, and I don't care. You left him near a cemetery, and when they finally found his body, it was horrible. It's a very hard case. I'm just a little upset. I think she should have got more time. I think she should have got life. She already lived a life. She lived 25 years after his unaliving, lying to everyone, telling them that he was with his grandmother, on his paternal grandmother, just a whole bunch of stuff. And she didn't get enough time for me. Like, I just don't understand. Like, and then we already went past the interrogation. In the interrogation, she lied. They had to basically tell her, listen, the father already took a test. We know who his father is. So we're 100% sure that that is his father. We just want to test to see, to confirm that, you're the mother. Like, to have it on paper. We already know that you're his mother, but we just want to confirm it. So once they told her that the father already gave them his DNA, what other choice didn't she have? So then she told us this story that I don't believe. She was scared. She didn't know what to do. Because that's your child. You call the ambulance. Listen, I gave him some whatever and let them take it from there. I think you would have done better than living your life for 25 years, having another child, getting married and all that, and then coming in here telling us that you don't know what happened. Who you think you're talking to? So yeah, I think that she got over easy, and I gotta check and see if she is was she released or not. So that is, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see if she is released. But yeah, they at one point they let her talk about what she was gonna talk about. You know how they leave, they come back in the room, and then they had a Columbo moment on her.
There's just one more thing. I saw you doing.
That's Columbo. I love him. Yeah, I don't care who don't like Columbo. Columbo is my man. I love me some Columbo. I will watch a rerun of Columbo in a minute. Yeah, she did like, I think, was it 12 and then she got 10? I gotta really look at that again. I mean, I was so bothered by this freaking case because I'm just like, I had my first child. I had to struggle. I wasn't where I wanted to be. But I would never leave my child and put my child in harm's way. Like, who does that? And then you left him out there, not only in a cemetery to be feasted on by whatever animals are roaming around. So the only, skin I think they found was on his feet. He had a little skin on his feet. That was it. And so, they're saying that, of course, animals could have done some things to him. There were some bones removed, and the defense is saying, arguing against it. I just don't understand it. If I'm ever getting ready to lose my mind, my daughter's 17 though, so this is that's it for me. I want to thank cancer for making me early menopause. Thank you, Ken. That's the best thing you did. Thank you. But even if my daughter's 17 years old, I'm going to say, listen. I can't handle this no more. I'm gonna call somebody. I can't handle this right now. I'm losing it. She gonna need to come over there for a little bit, or whatever, until I'm able to handle it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to leave my child in the goddamn near a cemetery. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to. And let's get on with this stream because this is crazy to me.
Yes.
And can agonal breathing sound like gagging?
Yes, and sometimes a loud snore. Mm-hmm. And believe me, I can picture every single parent's face that I've interviewed and see and hear them telling me about this breathing and again, almost every single case in interviewing them, that was present.
Were you made aware in the course of your evaluation of this case that the victim's mother reported that that there was something wrong with the child, mm-hmm. that the child didn't want to talk?
Mm-hmm. Make sure you answer. Yes, I'm sorry. My apologies.
That the child didn't want to get up?
Yes.
That the child was gagging?
Yes.
That the child was lethargic?
Yes.
Drowsy?
Yes.
Would this child's symptoms be consistent with diphenhydramine acetaminophen toxicity?
Particularly, well, the particularly diphenhydramine, the listlessness could have been from the acetaminophen, or both.
And was that the mother's own report of the behavior and symptoms
FFS,
that the
what am I
child
gonna do
was
with
having?
you?
Was that a part of your analysis?
Yes.
And do you have an opinion about whether this child was exposed to a toxic level of one or both of those drugs?
Both of those drugs.
Thank you.
All right, cross.
Morning, Dr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, sir.
All right, I'd like to begin with a little
Let me
bit about
speed
your
him up.
background very briefly. You said that you have attended autopsies while you were in graduate school, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this was in the late 80s?
Late 70s.
Okay. You did not participate in these autopsies, correct?
No, I was an observer, and my mentor was showing me different things that he would find, whether it be with trauma, whether it be, related to disease states, that you could actually determine based on the autopsy and your findings.
All right, and you're not qualified to perform an autopsy yourself, right?
No, sir.
Were any of the autopsies that you observed skeletonized remains?
Yes.
How many?
Oh, boy. I probably attended 1 or 2 a day with Dr. Bevins.
Of skeletonized remains?
Oh, no,
Autopsies?
no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, there you go.
I would guess, and again, I wasn't counting each particular autopsy where it was just skeletal remains. We always had a skeleton in most cases, because even in burns they didn't burn. But
Let me clarify.
Yeah,
I understand most all autopsies have a skeleton. I'm
Right.
talking about if there's just a skeleton remaining.
Okay.
That's what
And we're talking without muscle then.
Or let's say it's severely decomposed, or
Like in this
potentially-
case, is that
like
what
in this
you're
case, or mummified
Yes.
tissue.
Oh, absolutely.
How
Okay.
many?
Yes, I would say well over 100.
100 skeletonized remain autopsies. that you
Yes,
did
sir.
While you were in grad school.
Yes, we had 80 bodies show up to the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office every day, and about 30 of those were subject, questionable, that Dr. Bevins and other coroners would do autopsies on. So there was a significant amount.
And this is while you were in pharmacy school.
Yes, sir.
And you were taking a class with Dr. Jerome Bevins.
Yes,
is that
sir.
right? What type of class is this?
Forensic pathology.
All right. And how much of a part of the curriculum for a pharmacy student is forensic pathology?
1 year.
All right. So for 1 year, you were going and watching autopsies every day,
Almost every day, yes.
and you saw over 100 skeletonized remains.
I would say so.
Now, you are not a forensic toxicologist either, right?
No, sir.
You're not a member of the American Academy of Forensic Sciences?
No, sir.
And therefore, you're not a member of the toxicology section of that academy.
That is correct.
All right, I want to talk about your ultimate opinion in this case, is that the amounts of drugs that you are calculating first tell you that they've been administered on a chronic basis, right?
Yes.
And that the metabolite tells us that this was a chronic basis. Yes?
Yes.
And that your approximation using a formula of skeletal muscle ratio to blood tells you this is well above therapeutic levels.
When we're discussing acetaminophen, I did not find a factor for diphenhydramine.
But you did use a formula. You used a 1-to-1 ratio. It's just a simple formula, right?
For acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen was 0.7,
Correct.
and for diphenhydramine, you used a 1-to-1 ratio.
I didn't approximate a level for diphenhydramine in my report. I just said
So
that.
are you only saying that the acetaminophen was at a toxic level?
No, they were both at toxic levels in the muscle.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
You did approximate the diphenhydramine and acetaminophen levels, correct?
In the muscle or the body in totality. In the body totality, there was toxic levels of both.
That's what you found?
Yes, sir.
That's your opinion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and you did not find a metabolite for acetaminophen, correct?
No, sir.
All right.
And I don't think one was tested for.
That's in the report that it was not tested for?
I didn't see any metabolites of acetaminophen tested for. In the, I guess it's right here. There was no metabolites of acetaminophen tested for. Yeah, just diphenhydramine metabolite and acetaminophen. So not the metabolites of acetaminophen.
All right. I'd like to talk about metabolites a little bit.
Sure.
the parent drug enters the body, it gets distributed to the muscles, right? Or all over the body, it gets distributed.
Yes.
Maybe not all over the body, but it
Right.
gets distributed throughout the body.
Right.
That's why you can, in skeletal muscle, you can find the active drug concentration, and that's what we're referring to as the parent drug, right?
Correct.
All right. Now, that drug begins to get processed by the liver, right?
In this particular case, with those two drugs, yes.
Some other drugs are processed differently.
That's correct.
All right. Now, as the drug is working its way around the body, it's going through the liver here and being processed, right?
Yes.
If you take acetaminophen, if I ingested a dosage of Tylenol, how soon after would I find it in my muscles if you were able to test it?
Distribution time would probably be within an hour.
All right.
Yeah.
When would you start to see metabolites?
Later. We're looking at, let's say it was given, I would say around 3 to 6 hours, depending on start seeing metabolites.
When would you stop?
And again, acetaminophen wasn't tested in this particular case.
I understand. I'm just using it as an example. When would you stop seeing the parent drug in my skeletal muscle?
It depends on concentration, because once again, you have your little gradient. And if the level's here, if the blood goes down to a certain level, it's going to redistribute back to the blood and then be eliminated.
Let's say I take a therapeutic dose of acetaminophen. You can start to see it in my skeletal muscle in around an hour. I promise I'm not holding you to these numbers. I'm just making an illustration here. You then start to see metabolites 3 to 6 hours, right?
Excuse me, that's
Yes, I'm sorry.
When would you suspect to stop seeing that parent drug in my skeletal muscle?
In maybe 2 or 3 half-lives of the drug. So the half-life is, in general, for adults, is about
What's up, AOBD? Welcome. Glad to see you down in the chat. They're interacting in the chat over there. They down there cutting up. So join the fun if you must. And shout out to AOBD, always supporting your girl over here. And for all of you guys that's always supporting us, and if you come over here, I might, and if I ever send this out, I need my mods to be aware. If somebody new comes in the chat and I give y'all this one,
Mods, could we please ban that user? Thank you.
just kick they right on up out of here. Okay? But thank you for coming, AOBD. And you already know about the William Hamilton story. We are on day 3. And we have an expert on the stand about, supposedly she gave William some drugs because he was sick. We still don't care. We still don't care. You still get no empathy for us. You should have been given life in jail because you already lived the whole life. But I'm going to go on ahead and so that we can get back to the show. Oh, shit. All right, let's go.
3 hours. So you take three half-lives, and it would start to gradient away from the muscle.
At what time?
when? I don't know.
About three. Okay, so if you have 3 hours, that'd be 9 hours,
Right.
approximately.
So-
and I'm
I understand.
everybody's different, and everybody's liver is developed differently. So and of course, depending on the individual, they may eliminate it faster or slower.
Okay.
So I'm being very general.
I understand. And again, the numbers aren't being exact here. Would you consider around the same numbers, ballpark, for diphenhydramine? Same schedule?
Yes, for the most part. Yes, because the half-lives are close.
Okay. So there's a point there where if you stopped everything and you took my skeletal muscle, you would see an active parent ingredient and you would see a metabolite.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
You got to answer
Yes.
yes or no.
Sorry.
That's one dose. I took one dose and I have a parent drug in my muscle and I have a metabolite, right?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
But you are claiming that having a parent drug and a metabolite means it's chronic.
Based on the levels as well. Looking at the levels, it's not something that was given all at once.
And that's your opinion because you think you can quantify those levels, right?
These levels here, yes.
Okay. But my point is, a metabolite does not necessarily mean more than one dose, right?
Yes, it can. Yes, it does.
Why?
To me, it does.
Okay, why?
That tells me that they've been getting it. In other words, with diphenhydramine, if you're given a lethal dose like this all at once, it's going to affect your central nervous system and kill you before that the drug can go through the liver and be metabolized because of its central nervous system depression. However, if it's given on a more than once basis, there's time. You're not giving them a lethal dose right at the beginning. Okay, these levels developed. They didn't get to this way with an acute poisoning.
Now, I want to walk back to what you just said.
Okay.
You are saying that this metabolite and active drug, parent drug, couldn't have been from one dose, in layman's terms, because the child would have died before able to metabolize it, right?
Right.
But that's assuming this was a lethal dose.
Yes.
And if someone disagrees with you that it was potentially a trace dose or a therapeutic dose, the child would continue to be alive to metabolize the drug.
Well, I'm basing it on the level of diphenhydramine in the muscle. When you have this large of amount of diphenhydramine in the muscle, okay, and there was metabolite being formed, the metabolite would not have been formed.
Because you believe the child would have died.
Would have died from that level of diphenhydramine.
What I'm asking you is, if someone, and that is because you believe that this was a lethal dose, right?
Yes.
Outside of that, you would agree, if this was a non-lethal dose, that there could be a coexistence. At the same time, there could be a metabolite and a parent drug, right? If the child did not pass away, you could have both, if tested at the right time.
So, may I clarify your question?
Sure.
Okay. If this level was a therapeutic level, and could you repeat your question? Because you're saying this is a therapeutic level.
I'm saying if someone, let's say it was, let's say it's a therapeutic level.
In the blood.
In the muscle.
Okay.
And you believe that means it was ratios.
Okay.
A metabolite then would not tell you that this was taken more than once. Let me rephrase that. If this is a therapeutic level and there's a metabolite and a parent drug, that does not mean the drug was necessarily given more than once.
In this particular case?
No.
Okay.
A therapeutic level. I'm not talking about this level. I understand how you feel about the level. If there was a therapeutic dose and that was found in the muscle, 20 nanograms per microliter, I think I messed that up. That's the concentration of the parent drug. And you also saw a metabolite. There's no reason to believe that metabolite and that parent drug didn't come from the same dosage, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, the whole point here is you believe this metabolite is from a different dosage or multiple dosages because you believe that this represents a toxic dose.
Yes, if this person was given that much diphenhydramine to get to approximately 2,000 nanograms per gram, they would have died before the metabolite would have had time to develop.
Okay. Now, you talked about the ratio that you used for acetaminophen. I'd like to start talking about the dosage derived from skeletal muscle.
Are you talking about the methodology now?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I want to get to.
I understand, Jess.
Yes, okay.
The metabolite is still a portion of his opinion.
No, I understand.
Okay. The 0.7 factor you used for acetaminophen, right?
Yes, sir.
And you said you got that from the study that you cited,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That study was drug concentration in selected skeletal muscles.
Yes, sir.
And you cited 2 studies in your report, correct?
I think there were 4 total.
2 related to skeletal muscle.
Yes, sir.
The other one was site-to-site variability of drug concentrations, right? Now, in the first one, where you got the 0.7 number, the article says, and I quote, "We suggest that muscle is suitable for qualitative analysis, but not for quantitative corroboration of a blood sample or as a quantitative alternative to blood," correct?
That's correct.
That's a source you cited. Right?
That's correct.
You cited 2 sources on skeletal muscle use, and both of them say it is not suitable for quantitative analysis, right?
Correct.
The main reasons is that, and I'll quote from the same article, there might be variability in drug concentration between muscle samples, right?
Yes.
If I take a sample from one part of a muscle, it could be vastly different from another, right?
In that study.
Right, the one you cited.
Correct.
Okay. They say that within case variability of drug concentrations may be extreme, right? Correct?
Correct.
Now, this study was not even decaying bodies, right?
No.
Nor was your other study.
No.
The site-to-site variability of drug concentration study also says that interpretations based solely on the levels found may be unreliable, right?
Correct.
And that it's not suitable for quantitative analysis, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I imagine your distinction is you're saying you're just making an approximation, right?
Absolutely, sir.
But your approximation comes with a certainty of your opinion. Is that fair to say?
No.
You are approximating the number, what that level is, but you are opining that whether that number's off a little bit, this represents a toxic dose, right?
In my opinion, these levels in the muscle represent what's in the body as being toxic.
based on no study that tested decaying muscle.
Correct.
You understand that the scientific field says that this is an unreliable principle to quantify something.
Actually, in the more recent study relating to validating blood levels and muscle, it has been validated.
In that study, the rates or dates or timings of decomposition was a known factor, right?
Is that an airplane pilot?
No, that's separate.
That's a different one.
Which that's a case.
That's a case.
Oh, that was a case, okay.
It's the differentiation there. The subjects weren't decomposed. However, they homogenized the muscle,
Right.
which made it less variable.
Did they do that?
You test one piece of muscle, test another piece of muscle. But in relation to my opinion, the levels were there, so the drug had to be in the blood to get there. You couldn't get to greater than or approximately 2,000 nanograms per gram for diphenhydramine if you did not have that level or greater in the blood.
My first question, relating back to that article, that was homogenized. The levels were homogenized throughout the muscle in that study, correct?
What do you mean by homogenized?
It means, I'll ask a question.
Yeah, what they do is they take the muscle, like the whole
Yeah.
all the muscle that they have, they make it into a liquid gel type of, yes, I know, and they test the totality of
So
the
that, they're not testing one part of the liver or one part of this?
Correct, correct.
But that's not what you were analyzing. What was tested in this case was not a fully homogenized muscle.
That's correct.
Well, that's the problem then, isn't it? That's why this falls into an unreliable stance based on your other two articles you cited.
Yes, and the reason I have those there is because, yes, we want to have blood. There's no question that that's the optimum. We want peripheral blood. That's the optimum. But to get to these levels, even in an isolated measurement, you had to have that level or greater in the blood. And it's not like, and I don't mean to be facetious or anything, it's not like it was sprinkled on or the blood bathed the muscle while it was decomposing. That would have not given you the interest, that distribution type of blood or distribution type of drug sample or level.
You understand that in the, maybe I'll ask, do you understand that in the field of forensic toxicology, the opinion that you are attempting to give is not generally accepted in that scientific community?
Yes. However, as I said at the very beginning, toxicology is right here. It's one facet. I look at the totality of everything that's presented to me. And having looked at a number of overdose investigations where we had individuals that overdosed and they were found later in mountains, because that's where they were using the drugs or whatever it may be, and they were decomposed. So you use whatever you can find to get your levels. And looking at these levels, those are toxic levels. And that's what was in the body.
My question was, you understand that what you are attempting to do as a pharmacologist is not accepted by forensic toxicologists, not accepted by the general scientific community to take deceased remains, nearly skeletonized remains, and take the muscle and make even an assumption or an approximation based on skeletal muscle. You understand that, right?
I understand that, but how do they explain these levels? Can they explain these levels?
Are you aware of them explaining it through postmortem redistribution?
That's possible, but still, how do you get to 2,000 nanograms per gram? Again, these drugs didn't appear all of a sudden.
And you understand that postmortem redistribution can cause scientists to overestimate the sample in skeletal muscle because it is not homogeneous and it can pool in one section of the muscle. You understand that?
I can see redistribution in other areas of the body, the central part of the body, the blood. But in the muscle is there. It stops once the person is deceased. It stops. That level got there.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Just want to make sure we're very clear on this. 2,000 nanograms per gram of diphenhydramine is 100 times a therapeutic dose in an adult.
That's correct.
Is it possible to be given a therapeutic level of diphenhydramine and end up with 2,000 nanograms per gram somewhere else in the body through the process of postmortem redistribution?
No.
Does drugs somehow appear and multiply out of nowhere when you start to decompose?
No.
Did this child have to be given at least that much or more for that amount to end up in the muscle based on your expertise?
Yes.
Even if we completely disregard the approximation used to calculate acetaminophen, let's say we take that out of the equation. Can you discuss that 2,000 nanograms per gram in the skeletal muscle would represent a toxic dose to this child?
That's correct.
Nothing further on.
When you indicate, hold on, when you indicated that your opinion was an approximation, was there a margin of error?
It wasn't mentioned in the study. They just gave a coefficient factor for partitioning and distribution into the muscle in that particular study.
You're talking about the 2021 study?
No, the 2021 study, they actually validated blood and muscle.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, in your analysis, in your report, you said it was an approximation. What is your margin of error in your coming to that opinion?
There was no margin of error reported in the study. It was 0.7, so that would be 70%.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anything else? All right. All right. You can sit down.
Thank you.
All right. Our brief argument.
I want to say something before I forget. I don't know if any of you are familiar with. I just realized that this is the judge that presided over the cult leader. He called himself Nature Boy, but his real name is oh my goodness, how could I forget it? I mean, this thing consumed my life for a while, especially around the time that they arrested him. Well, he called himself Nature Boy. It's going to come to me. She gave him, he got life without the possibility of parole. Plus, I mean, as he should. I mean, he's pretty disgusting. I don't know if anybody wants to look at this. Type in Nature Boy on YouTube, and you're going to see that he had all these people living out in the tropics. He was taking this group of people around saying they needed to be in the tropics. African Americans need to be in the tropics, and we need to be grounded and with our feet on just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But you got the crazy stuff he had these people doing in modern day time was crazy. How could I forget it? His name is right in my head. Y'all know I got chemo fog brain. It just don't work all the time. Oh shit! He just had, listen now, he was arrested. His main chick, she got some type of disease that they had never ever seen before. So it's one in the books. We talking, he just got sentenced 2 years ago. Was it even 2 years ago? Was it last year? So I'm looking at this judge like, she's so involved. Like, this is the same daggone judge. So she had some type of disease. They had to put it in the books because it wasn't on the books. She got better, and he went and took her and brought her back to him. Of course, she didn't want. They all needed to be tested. They did all types of things. I mean, you really have to go down the rabbit hole to watch it. I'm not sure if anybody else ever watched it, but he had these people messed up in the head, even to the point after he was arrested. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4 wives that still just stuck, and they're not going anywhere. Finally, one left. One left, and it's a whole mess. It's too much. I don't think I'll cover it on here. I know somebody that did a very good job of covering that. And she's somebody that put the videos up, and she's not monetized. She doesn't care about YouTube, but she cared about helping them to bring him down, which they needed to. But yeah, it's very interesting. It's interesting. Yes. FFS, thank you. Thank you, FFS. You know, when I be talking, sometimes I'll be looking over here, I'll be paying attention to that. But you are absolutely right, FFS. Eligio, that's what he called Eligio Bishop. He had these people calling him God, and he's slapping people and having them do all types of stuff. He was posting videos on Twitter, because you know Twitter don't have a filter. You can post anything over there. So everybody, he kept taking these women as his wives, then giving them out to the men in the tribe. But FFS, did you hear about what is his name? He was the Indian guy, and my gosh, and I forgot who slapped the fire out of him. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to. He got He was unalived in a fire, they say. But he kept coming online, crashing out. It was the Indian guy. I cannot remember what his name was right now, because I'm thinking about this trial. I'm really not in the lead heel bishop, but I just realized that she was the judge. I forgot, and it was sad. I don't know if they had anything to do. It was just strange how he just all of a sudden perished in a fire. But he was going on live, just not saying nothing, crying. Could he have started the fire himself? Like Eligio Bishop messed them people. Them people were messed up. And the only time they did anything about it, BBC did a special on it, because he had the Caucasian lady over there. Her family was like, no, you don't. No, you get down there and get my mother out there. And they did a thing. They did a thing on it. But the people, social media was paying like for them to travel all over the tropics, everywhere. They stayed in Airbnb. I mean, so it was the app Bigo that was really where they was making like the bulk of their money. And then he still has this channel over here on YouTube that his wives, they still post on. Child, that was a mess. So you already are in the know, FFS. So you know. So you said Brooklyn. You said a hypnotist. At some point, I think it becomes like, like that. Like anytime a man can give you a command and everybody's standing on the wall and they ain't moving. Just go over there and slap her. You go over there and slap. So it's just like any of the other, cults. And he tried to say, first he came right out and said he was a cult. Then he was like, no, this is our culture. All right, so cult for me is short for culture. Yeah, that's what you was running, a cult, sir. And he got arrested and was in there and had, they had the video phone calls. He had all the prisoners lined up behind him wherever he was at, doing all the stuff that he was doing when he was on the street. The black man is God, sir. Sir, stop. You are not God. Stop. But, it was a lot. I mean, mentally, it was a lot. I feel so bad for all the lives that he messed up. And he even messed up our lives out here, because we had to witness that bull crap. I mean, it was so, I'm not going to say entertaining. It was interesting to see grown people, and I don't like to really, really, they were abused. They were abused. They were abusing each other. He taught them all of that, and they continued it. And so, but they were, by him, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially broken. Just wait till the government come out and start getting the people for the PPD loans, because they started. He made all these people get these PPD loans. That's how he got a lot of his money too. Yep. That's how he got a lot of his money, because they was not living in the United States for a while. Then he decided to go back to Atlanta, and that's where they got him, in Atlanta. Great job, Atlanta. He needed to be off the streets. And the girl that has the disease that they don't know what it is, her name is she's supposed to be the queen. Her name there is Malia, but her birth name is Tanisha. I forgot what her last name is, and like her family wants her to come home. No, oh no! You know what these fools do? You know what these fools was doing? They done went to the jailhouse, put some drugs on the drone, and try to fly the drugs up to his window and the drone fell down, and that two of them got arrested for that. What the whole, what the? Oh, what are you're not thinking? And he just still has this control over these women, and there's still a couple of other guys that are left. One, he got on the stand, and his mother wants him to come home. He was like, I think 18 or 19 when he left and went to Allegio. It's disgusting. He got up there on the court stand, and the judge kicked him out of the courtroom. He was so disrespectful. But she sure enough let them. Y'all came here acting fool, so Eligio got all the time for all the foolishness that he did and all the foolishness that y'all tried in this courtroom here. He even left. He didn't even have to stay. He was mad because the court case wasn't going the way he wanted it to go. So he said he didn't want to be there no more. So he thought the judge was going to say, okay. She was like, so you sure? Because this is okay. Well, once you leave, we're not bringing you back. Are you sure? He didn't want to be here. She said, take him out of there. Take his behind up out of here. It does. It does. Brooklyn, I totally agree with this. It does. And I think that I think it does, but I think that you have to start, like, if you want different, you have to do different. Some people's, I believe, this is just my belief, some people's situations or circumstances don't allow them to. Like I said, I had to explain to a correction officer that I was a partner of mine at one time. You got to understand, he said something. And I said, listen, we're here to do a job and people are people. It's not like you're trying to talk to them. And so he wasn't talking to them, but he was talking to me. But he wasn't expecting my response. But it's not like you are talking to them or trying to give them some advice like, listen, when you get out of here, you're young, you can start over again. No. He was talking to me, telling me about how, F them and, all this other kind of stuff. And I said, listen, I can tell you that the young man standing right over there, he grew up in the same era. I'm older than him. I was a teenager when he was born. He was born crack addicted. The hospital gave him to his mother. His mother and sisters used to have him out there putting their drugs in his pamper. So when the cops came, they don't have nothing. To see that young boy, he was either between 3 or 5 years old. I still live in the same area as where I grew up at. To see this little boy on the floor, on the ground, playing in the ground, dirty as ever with rocks, saying, I got red caps or blue tops, which one you want? He's only doing what he's been hearing this stuff since he was in the womb. He's been fed this stuff since he was in the womb. Like, what other examples does he really have? His mom and his sister upstairs with the women. What other example does he have? Sometimes we have to give people grace. Sometimes some things happen to people and they fall off. But never put your nose up too high in the air like you're better than anybody, because it could happen to you. And any of my family members that have ever been addicted to anything, I'm going to own it every single time. Oh, hell yeah, that's my family. Yeah, that's my sister. That's my aunt, whoever. I'm not hiding that. It is life. But we don't get to sit here. That's not what they pay us to do. We don't get to sit here and say, oh, they could be doing anything else. They should have learned from whatever. No, we don't get paid to sit here and do that, sir. We don't. Because it could be said about you. You was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. So just before you start opening your mouth and just saying anything to people, without knowing, like, that's not our job. We're here to make sure that they get locked. They are safe, where they are, and that we make it home safe to our families. And we are here to make sure that they are not unaliving each other or hurting each other or, yeah. That's what we here for. We ain't here for all that extra nonsense. Like, because where's it even coming from? You're going to come in here every day and say the same thing? Not to me. I don't want to hear it every day. How about that? How about if you have something to tell them that. You may be able to get through to somebody. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. You just never know. You're here to do a job. Keep your ears open. You never know why you were allowed to get this job. But yeah, learned behavior is not necessarily inherited. That is different. Now, learned behavior from a baby that young, from inside the room being crack addicted, and all he's ever seen, like his whole family, that's all that he sees. He don't know what they stuffing in his pamper, but every day they out there doing the same thing over and over and over again. So what is this child going to be thinking in his mind? All right, this is what's wrong. This how you get money. Red caps, blue caps. But now, when it comes to, I think what Brooklyn was saying. Let me go back to Brooklyn. I think what you're saying. Where was Brooklyn? Where was Brooklyn? Because I think. Oh, she said it's an idea, trauma. Right. So for what Brooklyn is saying here, I definitely do think that trauma gets passed down from generation to generation until you decide to break that trauma. So, for instance, I think that, and it's just me. People can look at me however they want. That's on you. People raise their children the way they want to raise their children. I raise my children the way I want to raise my children. I don't beat my children. Or, my son, he's grown now. But like I said the other day, my daughter, if all I got to do is look at her and you would think that I just knocked the heck out of her. I think that learned behavior. It happened back in slavery days, and it's just that's not what I'm my children. I'm not raising them like that. My daughter, no, listen, I'm just gonna give you the look. So I think that some of those traumas are learned, or even just like some things that we grew up to believe was true, and it's garbage. So I chose to not follow any of that. And I parent my own way, and I don't have to beat my children to get my point across. I mean, what is that doing it's teaching them how to go out here and fight somebody else. Now, I would teach my children to defend themselves, but to be beaten on, like for every little bit, I just don't do it. I mean, I know a lot of people look at me like, what? You don't beat your kid? But this is what they say. Well, your parents got beat. They're not dead. I mean, unalived. Excuse me, YouTube. Yeah, but that's a problem. So no, I'm not being. I just don't do it to my children. No, we were just talking. I'm looking in the comments. So basically, I think it was Brooklyn. What had said something. Basically, I'm just having a conversation. Because I'm probably gonna just stop this till tomorrow because we've been on here a while. I'm not until tomorrow. I don't think I'm going live tomorrow. I have to see, but no, we was just on here just talking back and forth. I'm just reading the comments in the comments here. So Sapphire is going to be live. Hold on, tomorrow. His live is tomorrow. To be about the girl from Louisiana who her neighbor has called the cops on her. Hold on, let me put that back out. I gotta change the setting. On her 30 times the first year she owned the house. Are you talking about Sapphire? Is that case where she unalived her? After that, is that the same case? What time are you going live, Sapphire, tomorrow? I can let them know. And I think Sustained overruled. Are you going live tomorrow? As well, I know Flesh goes live on Tuesday. Some days, sometimes he has a pop-up live. Oh no, I think that this is a different case. No wake zone up. Be making a wake. Oh, you know, I might have to come. What now? What time did you say that? I'm back. Y'all's favorite couple is online. Who is that? Who is the favorite couple? AOBD. Is that you? Is that? Wait, is Tat still here? Cause y'all was dancing in the comments. Is Tat still here? 3 p.m. Eastern for Is that for Sapphire? Oh, okay. So Sustained is going live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I get, yeah. So Sustained is going live 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And Sapphire is 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe FFS is talking about Sapphire. Becky. Yeah, 3 p.m. for Sapphire. Yeah, I figured that out. Becky. Oh, wait, they on now? Are they on YouTube right now, AOBD? Are they on? Cause I saw some cryptic tweets. Cause we can get it over here. With a little disclaimer. Are they on now? Let me look over here and see what you are. Okay. So that's the one you did. That's the same. Yeah, I got it at FFS 3 p.m. Eastern for Sapphire. Everybody, 3 p.m. Eastern for Sapphire. That's the one you emailed me about. Got it. Yes. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Yup. Cooking live with SB and KB first Sunday. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You think she goes that child? They got a cooking channel. Child. Where we at? Let me write my time stamp down for this. Oh yeah, what? Okay, so I'll set that up whenever I come back. Wait, hold on a minute, y'all. I'm about to bring this up. Cooking with she not gonna. We gonna bring her up for a little minute. Just a little minute. Hold on here. Sorry, Mr. William. We gonna get back to you tomorrow. We got something to Let me bring me back up here now so I get this. No, I can't do it like that. So let me see what. Ciao. This is a whole mess. Ciao. They didn't pay for it. Ciao. Oh Lord, take the wheel. Yeah, hold on, y'all. I ain't even gonna do it like that. Let me just. Where's my share screen at? Come on, girl. I gotta get that. Wait a minute. They talking about something crazy over here. What should I do? Let me just do my widget. Somebody didn't pay for that. Now, Kayla, I got my own thoughts about this whole little situation. I'm sorry, y'all. I got my whole. Oh, no wonder. I'm like, wait, what is it doing? All right. Oh, what is going on? Oh, why? What do y'all mean I can't? Hold on, y'all. They said I can't. She got some type of blockage, stoppage going on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to. Let me see. Oh, my browser can't play this video. I ain't asked you to add that. Oh, I know why. I gotta go to another screen if I try the other way. But no, I should be able to add this. Hold on. No, not new camera over. I want to share it. Got that on screen. Where is that at? Child, this is. Unless she got it blocked out. You know she is an attorney now. No, okay, I think I did. All right. I got y'all. Don't give me a minute. Give me a 1 second. It only took me 1 minute to find it out. Hold on. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see what they doing up over here. Hold on. Play with me. Don't play with me, because I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing else over here, but hold on. What is it? Lord, she goes, oh, I guess I might have to pay for something. Let me put some music on before she tries to strike my channel, because Lord, somebody asked, could y'all hear? That's all she talk about is money. I ain't mad at her though. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard the same thing, Shannon. He be taking jabs at her, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get my music over here, because it just be too much going on. Because you ain't getting no. Hold on, let me just turn this down a little bit. She just. Chill. A fair use disclaimer. A fair use disclaimer. Don't. I don't know if anybody else be catching them jabs he be taking. He be taking jabs at us sometimes, y'all. I'll just say it. It is what it is. Becky said, FFS. $50 is the price. $50 super jet for them to kiss. I don't want to see that. The fucking what the? Now is they? Girl, she is all good. Let me tell y'all. Oh. I hope that you. I hope that Shannon. I hope that he means that. I truly, sincerely does. I do. But I hope that, you know, he is well, and that he will be able to remain out and I sure hope so, sir, because you know, you know what it is behind that wall. So I mean, did my music go off? Hold on. Hey, because I think that hold on, what happened? Where's my music? Because that's right. Tell him, Shannon. But let me just do this, because your wife, I think she's a piece of work. She's been trying to snipe my channel, and we ain't trying to. No. She like a little kid in a goddamn on candy store. I got my own books about. I wish them well. Oh yeah, they get canteen. Yeah, he is on that chat. He is on that chat. He is lurking and looking on that chat. I'm happy that he's talking like this. I'm so happy. Well, Brooklyn got ideas for sustaining her bed. Y'all know how sustain is about her bed. We ain't gonna be able to talk to Sustain next week because her bed. Listen, man, that's Sustain overrode. Now, come on now. But now, hold on now. Oh, his favorite color is blue. You see that? Now, according to Fulton County, his favorite color should be green or red. She's trying to get 100,000 likes. Like, yeah, Kayla about that money all the way around. You'll give me 2 hugs for 300? I'll give you 2 hugs. My man. Love it. Oh, and laugh. I got something special for you. I hope they like. Is my music still playing? To shut the. Let me answer that for you. Shut the fuck up. That's the advice you give to young people. That's the advice you should give to young people. Until you buy the book, or till you buy the book. The truer things have never like. Yeah, to force you to. Oh, they making oxtails. Well, look at them. Well, let me share. Where is my book link? I gotta put Flesh's book link on my Amazon page. What is going on? Any little brothers? I got a little brothers. I just gotta make, protect the video. Who you talking about? Who you talking? Who you talking about, love? He ain't lying. That love is something to Oh, they talking about the juror. They talking about that juror that even though if she had proof or the no evidence that they had, she would say she would have given them, she would have still have the same outcome. I'm not dropping my. You better be careful. Make sure they don't. You don't think that they will. They watching. They watching, Shannon. Don't get too turned. I guess your wife know what she doing. What time is it in Texas, y'all? He said, can we talk? Hold on, let me put this up here. Becky, FFS Becky is can we talk after? I'm not contagious. Becky, is it snowing? Where you at? Okay, like, hold on. You met a lady from what? Say that again. You need a whole lot of shots before you can go to Africa. Oh, yeah, he's into some... He's... He said, what's right or wrong? Why are you hitting him like that? See, you can't be playing around like that. Excuse me, it's okay. This is a lot. This is a lot. is a lot. That is the world. He said he. Y'all see them diamonds in his glasses? Oh. Aha! She is a lot of stuff she will not let him say for free. I think she just. Uh-oh. Chill. FFS is not coming on nobody's tag on live. Then it's gonna on the FFS is not coming on nobody's live. And if I change it and bring FFS on live, it's gonna change this whole screen. I will bring if FFS wants to come up on the stage one day on the channel, it's okay. He got every right to. But if we do it right now, it's gonna change. We're gonna lose this. Well, I'll be able to bring it back, but we just being nosy from here. No, Brooklyn, who you telling sorry? You don't gotta say sorry, Brooklyn. You ain't do nothing wrong, ma'am. No, that's not it. I don't think that FFS. Survivor don't listen to him. Oh, he's been smoking funny substances. Uh-oh. Listen to your husband. Your husband said you be doing too much. Teach. 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 You all right, Brooklyn. You are all right, Brooklyn. Don't worry about that. We just, yeah. What FFF said? Tat Cloud said, ma'am, we over here there. No, what, Brooklyn, where are you deleting? If it was something wrong, the mods would have, the FFS would have deleted it. What did you say? You good? You are good. If you wasn't one of the mods, would have sniped you already. Don't even worry about it. We playing, joking around. Just a little joke, Brooklyn. I did not call him a girl. Did I? You know what? I'm gonna go stand in the corner. Brooklyn, if I said her or she, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just go stand in the corner. It's all right, Brooklyn. I'm gonna go stand in the corner because if I said FFS, knock it off. FFS. You are a Mr. Brooklyn. Don't pay me no mind. Why are you? You are a Mr. and you're fine. I don't know about the other comments that you're talking about. They are fine. Like, I don't, as long as we are, friendly banter in the chat is welcomed here. Anything that doesn't belong there, I trust that the mods will just cut it out. So you want me to remove your comment, FFS? Why are you doing this, FFS? I think that this is at me. At this point. FFS, why? Tell me. So he's used to it? No, it's just something with me. I'm always getting it wrong. That is the best comeback, Brooklyn. Sometimes a man, sometimes a woman. Tomorrow, back to work, fun is over. Enjoy tonight, though, Brooklyn. Yeah, it's just people. I don't like when people like start asking questions about like that. Like, the man is on live. Like, you can talk about everything except exactly. Like, why are they asking about what? Like, it looks right, big boy. Damn! No, I think that he does a good job because he just said that he's trying to get you to ignore a lot of things, but you won't. She did take a lot of flack. I mean, because everybody thinks that their marriage is fake. But, this man, he's a smart man. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause he living the life of Riley. Ooh. Ooh. Well, it's a it's a state overrules here because we need the state overrules to tell us what she see when she look at his eyes. Now she done told us about what was that, shell cow eyes? Ooh, Sustain, we need you here. I don't know, Sustain probably got off. We need Sustain to tell us what she see when she look at his eyes. She ain't. Look, Sustain. What you see when you look at his eyes, Sustain? He said, "Look at his eyes and tell us what you see. What you see when you look at his eyes." Now he ain't looking directly at the camera, but did you see that moment, Sustain? I want to hear from Sustain what she see when she look at his eyes. He trying to help you. Sometimes you can. They buffering. No, just when he look into the screen, Sustain. I can't go back because they live. We not playing it. We not playing a video. They are live. We are streaming the live. I can't look at his. Oh. You can't hear the audio? Hold on, y'all. Can you hear it now? Can y'all hear them now? Hold on a minute. Oh, wow. I'm trying, wait, hold on. Hold on. I don't understand why it's not. All right, so I took it off. So can you hear it now or no laugh still? Hold on. Hold on. It's not. Hold on, I'm gonna have to let them off and then bring them back on because I'm not sure what happened. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I want to just ask before I add them back. Y'all can't hear me either? What in the heck is going on? I don't know what's I don't know what happened. Y'all can't hear me. Well, it looks like I don't have veneers. These are my teeth. These are mine. These are mine, Becky, mine. You guys can hear me now? Y'all saying yes. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened to the sound, but Becky, these are mine. I don't have an error. I was born with these. And even though they look like veneers, Becky, did you know that when I used to be a model, they told me that my teeth, like, you know, I was trying to get they were saying that my teeth was not like good enough. I said, well, these are mine. And so I think that they are perfect. So, well, none of the brands ever said that. Let me just say that. I think one of my agencies, that's just, that was her. And she was just upset because you just try to hurt my feelings because I won't bring my booking to you, ma'am. But yeah, no, I don't have any. Read a line. Let's see if we can hear that. I don't know what happened to the sound, why it bounced. I see it now. I actually see it. So, but when I go back over there to that, to bring them back on, let me see if it will. Oh, Kayla Teeth? Oh, yeah, you know, she definitely got veneers going on. It's Kayla, she got a lot going on. You can see it. Stomach area, you can see all that. All that. All that. Let me see if we can bring them back, if we can hear them. Because if not, I'm going to be so mad. Because I'm going to have to end my time with y'all. Because, hold on. Let's be nosy. All right, let me hit it. All right, yeah, can y'all? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't publish. Could y'all hear me? Could y'all hear them now? Can y'all hear the Jacksons? Becky. Oh, folks on Sapphire. Wait, Sapphire. Y'all can't hear it? All right, so maybe they don't want them on my screen. Listen, hold on. If y'all can't hear them, then why am I going to keep them on the screen? I don't know what's going on and why y'all can't hear them. Maybe it's because of this. Let me see. That still should not. I don't understand. Now y'all going, you ain't do nothing, Becky. I don't know why y'all can't hear them when I switch over to their screen. We were hearing them before, right? Y'all was hearing them before. No? Oh my goodness. All this time I had them up there and y'all couldn't hear. Y'all never tell me. Y'all just be talking in the comments. Then somebody say, oh, well, we can't hear what they saying. Y'all just hear my music. This is interesting. I have to... Sapphire, this is a very interesting thing to hear about you. Hold on, I need to share that. Wow, I did not know. Okay, Sapphire Ridge News. I used to do modeling photography. You can spot veneers. That is interesting. So, yeah, that's awesome though. I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear them. So y'all. FFS, you supposed to, now, did we have this talk before, FFS? That if you can't hear, you at least you're supposed to tell me. We can't hear that. We can see them interacting, but we can't hear them. Here I am thinking y'all listening to the same thing I'm thinking. Now I got to go back to the drawing board and figure this out. Because now, this is not working.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
So I fixed one thing and break the other. I don't know why that's not showing because y'all was able to hear the trial. I used the same thing that I used. It's the same screen from the trial. So I'm not sure why you guys can't hear it. Maybe they're not meant to be over here on my channel. And yeah, maybe I'll go over there and give Kayla a I don't even have to go over there. I can do it right here. Let's click here. Let me give them one like. Let me see how many likes they got. They got 900 and something likes. They almost at 1,000. I think that's what Kayla is trying to get to. So I just got them to 1,000. So I'm about to end the show, and I'm just gonna let y'all know in advance that I'm not going over there to watch them anymore. I love Shannon's attitude. I love the way he's like, shutting down all the negativity. It's a good thing to see. If he could just put that into his tweets, because he has to be careful, because everybody interprets things the way they want to interpret things, regardless of whether or not that's what he means or not. He put up a post the other day, and they were thinking that he was done with Kayla, saying that he was done with Kayla. He tweeted something. So you got to be careful, when you're online, because, there's a lot of people that don't like the fact that you're home. And then they don't like the fact that you're home with Kayla, the attorney. And I say the same thing, God bless, the two of them. However they have to move forward, they have to move forward. Kayla's an attorney, so she knows what she's doing right, I guess. And that's all I got to say about that. Just the tweets, he just has to be careful with that, because you got people that's just looking into something, and to hear him talking, I applaud him. And all that good stuff. The fact that, he needs to kind of keep her in line, like not in line. Let me not say that. So he's trying to get her to not pay attention to all the negative stuff that's going on. That is definitely a plus for him. And she probably doesn't even know that he's even helping her in that way. 'Cause like we do. Oh, wow. Wow, you guys. Wow. I have only been trying. Sustain, I thought I was going to have to get you on the phone, because I have only been trying to get this. I'm looking at something on my YouTube. I had only been trying to get this straightened out and I kept over and over sending in the paperwork, and they kept telling me, nah, your name doesn't match. What do you mean my name doesn't match? What do you mean? That is my name. Survivor Speaks is an LLC. That is my business. I'm sending y'all to pay. Like, what more do you want from me? I don't know who else to be. I'm just who I am. Why are you playing with my money? So I thought I was going, and I just went over here, and it says setup complete, because I sent them an email yesterday. Like, listen, I have submitted the same paperwork over and over again, and y'all just not getting it right. But anyway, I am somebody that's I do try. I attempt to not dwell on the negative, and the fact that this got fixed, I'm just going to say hallelujah and just choke it up to whichever human decided to take a look at my paperwork and say, what the heck are we doing? Yeah, because how you want me to do it? Because that's how the IRS sent it to me. And I had it done legally through a lawyer. So I'm not understanding. So they was giving me such a hard time, but yeah. Shout out to whoever got it right. And so I am going to close the show out the way I normally do. You guys know that men get breast cancer as well as women. So we have changed the name over here to pec and or chest cancer, to let you guys know that you can get cancer too. And to my women, please make sure that you are getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let anyone come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks, and I will see you guys in these YouTube streets. You know, maybe on Sapphire tomorrow. Don't forget we got Sustained Overruled. Flesh of the God should be going live on Tuesday, but we know the flesh likes to fly and drop in every now and again. Okay? So I enjoyed you all. Thank you all for keeping me company. And see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you to my mods. You are the best. And I'm going to also send down some confetti for y'all because I love you all.
Full cycle, I just might though just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is not we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through. And when you way in the dark, them demons try to fight you. But you can't let them when you gotta see the damn light. Diabetes came from nowhere, messed up whole life. That's what I used to think, my mama helped me out. I got one there